I'm the only inmate in America that ever took a mop wrangle and beat a electric chair off the stand, tore it up, and it was in the newspaper, Courier Journal, that it cost $650,000 to repair the damage I did in there.
You destroyed the electric chair with a mop?
Wrangle, steel mop wrangle.
Okay. Well, how the fuck did you even get access to the electric chair? I would think that would be kept separate from everybody who wasn't actually being executed.
I was fighting on every walk they put me on, throwing shit and getting all the inmates riled up. So they put me down on death row, on that death row, down there in the dungeon by myself. So to keep me away from inmates and shit, right? So this guy named Steve Galusha come down there, and he want to bring my food and stuff. And he said, I want you to, Martha Lane Collins was the governor at the time. He said, they give me to execute somebody. I want you to go in here and just don't touch nothing in here but the little mat around the chair. That's the only thing you take out and wipe off. Don't try to wipe nothing else. I said, okay. He said, now look after your own food and stuff. So when I went in there, I sat down in the chair, crossed my leg, and lit a cigarette up. And when I got to thinking about it, I said, they give me to execute somebody. So I don't like this, man. You know, so I got offended and took a mop wrangle and beat everything in that chair, right? I beat it off the stand. And they never put it back on her. They had to build a new building and build a new one. And so she was the governor, and when she came to the prison, she stood in front of my door and I spit in her face. They put that in the newspaper too, in the Courier Journal. With Martha Lane Collins, she was governor then.
So how much money did you actually end up getting from the prison?
Well, it was for all inmates, and the money was supposed to go into the renovation. And like in the hole, they didn't have no air conditioning. In the cell houses, no air. So they had to put in central air, central heat. They had to take the double cells and break them to a single cell. They had to give us a better legal library, better school, better medical, better programs, better everything, right? And they owned up to it. And but they blamed me. And so what happened was, now this is where it gets interesting.
Uh-huh.
So it came a time in my life where I'm calming down now. I got all this money in prison. I got stores, poker games. I got weed, whiskey. I'm blackmailing everybody. They bringing me everything in here. And so I'm satisfied that I ain't never going to hit the streets no more. You know, I just salted a guard. I got 15 years. I took a 5-gallon bucket of boiling bleach and threw it in the guard's face and put him in a hospital for 18 months. Burnt his whole face off. And so, for what he did to me. But when I started calming down, I didn't realize that you don't fight these people the way I fight them, expect them, just because you calm down for them to calm down.
Mm.
So MSNBC came in and wanted me to do a documentary.
What year was that?
It was in the 80s.
Okay.
90s.
I think it was the 90s. It seemed like it was pretty decent quality footage.
Yeah. But anyway, they came in the institution, and I'm like, I'll do it. I ain't never getting out, you know. I'm never getting out. And so I'm going to get up here and say whatever I want to say, right?
And a lot of people in that situation might kind of lie about what they have going on. Like, I feel like... Yeah. You exaggerating a lot of shit, too. Well, also, like...
I said, I'm not going to tell them that the prison ain't like it right now. It was like it when I first entered the prison. But after I'm doing all that fighting and shit, I changed that prison.
But I'm just saying that a lot of people might sleep with other men while they're locked up and then get out and act like it never happened. I feel like that's the norm. You were the one dude who got an opportunity to do a documentary, be on TV, and you just said everything. You just laid it
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we represent here at Hustler Spirit, man. It's the truth, man. We right here on my shirt, man. Stack of style, man.
That's a different type
We
of
tell
hustler
the
spirit,
truth.
though.
Yeah, we got that spirit, man. We don't lie. And my agent, he talks to me and he tells me, look, man, these people want to hear the truth, man.
Uh-huh.
Now, you don't have to tell them the truth if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, I tell them because, because what I talk about, people don't talk about. But, now to get back to the gay stuff.
People are unbelievably fascinated by it, but they don't. There's very few people who are really going to talk about it, you know?
Yeah. And so, but I don't fear nobody. I don't fear people. I told somebody that said he got respect for me. I said, first of all, I don't need your respect. Your respect don't put food on my table, clothes on my back, or shoes on my feet, man. You keep your respect for yourself. I don't need it. I have always stuck with that. So I don't care about what people say about me because I know everybody in this world has did some bad stuff. I ain't the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm the only one that's get up and talk about it.
Mm.
But I'm not the only one that ever did something, that people disagree with. Now, on sex, man, I had sex with a lot of men. That first time, I said, I got to get more booty. I got to get as much booty as I can in her. This is all I got to go on. I'm never getting out. I don't know what it will feel like to be with a woman, so I went hard, man.
So when did you start, and did you ever start taking it from men, or would you always break them down mentally until they would consent?
No, they was already broken down. Here's the point. See, you think that I don't know where people get this notion that in the penitentiary, you got to take somebody's booty. Them people, out of 20, I was in the prison held 2,500 inmates. Out of the 2,500, only 30 of them get regular visits every week. You can see them on a visit every week. Out of 2,500, only maybe 150 or 200 gets money from somebody from home. All the rest of them, they done burnt all their bridges. They ain't got nobody sending them nothing. Right. And then, next thing you know, they'll do anything for some noodles, cigarettes, weed. If you got weed, you can probably have sex with whoever in there. Yeah, a pack of cigarettes go for $500. So, easy.
So you're saying that there's just a lot of guys who are willing to have sex when you're in there. It's really not as crazy as we think it is, because in our minds, a straight man is just never going to consent to having sex with another dude. You're saying that in that environment, it's not that crazy.
No, See, it's you got people like one guy owed me, and I said, well, how you gonna pay me, bro? He smacked his ass cheeks. He said, with this. I said, with what? I said, turn around, let me see it. And I said, pull the trust down a little. I said, spread it open. I said, yeah. I said, I got played off like I'm used. Boy, he had a hell of an ass on him, though. It was powerful. And I said, look, man, I get this anytime I want it, cause I got money and stuff. I said, but yeah, I said, we can work something out. And that's how I do it. And I seen, if I really want somebody, what I do, man, is introduce myself to him, let him know I got all the money. I'm the one with the weed and the whiskey and all this stuff in there. I'm the one that get things popping. You know, if you want to roll with me, you know, holler at me, right? I'm seeing you. You know, I think you look good. You know, and whatever we do, I'm gonna keep it discreet. You know, you don't have to worry about nobody in your business. You can keep your mustache or whatever. You know, I just want your booty, man.
If you haven't checked out Everything 420 yet, you are definitely missing out. From glass gear to infused sweets, they've got one of the best lineups online. They ship fast, it's always discreet, and their app makes shopping too easy. The deals are always running, and you can use code NOJUMPER for a little bonus at checkout. Shout out Everything 420.